President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has pledged his readiness to break the vicious cycle of over-reliance on borrowing for public spending and the resulting burden of debt servicing it places on the management of Nigeria limited government revenue. Speaking on Tuesday at the State House in Abuja while inaugurating the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform, the President mandated the committee to improve the country's revenue profile and business environment as the federal government moves to achieve an 18% tax to gross domestic product ratio within 3 years by 2026. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu directed the committee headed by renowned tax expert Mr. Taiwo Oyedele to achieve its one-year mandate, which is divided into three main areas: fiscal governance, tax reforms, and growth facilitation. He also directed all government ministries and departments to cooperate fully with the committee towards achieving their mandates. The President told the committee members the significance of their assignment as his administration carries the burden of expectations from citizens who want their government to make their lives better. According to him, we cannot blame the people for expecting too much from us. To whom much is given, much is expected. It is even more so when we campaign on a promise of a better country anchored on our Renew Hope agenda. I have committed myself to use every minute I spend in this office to work to improve the quality of life of our people. Acknowledging Nigeria's current international standing in the tax sector, President Tinubu said the nation is still facing challenges in areas such as ease of tax payment and e-tax to GDP ratio, which lags behind even Africa's continental average. Our aim is to transform the tax system to support sustainable development while achieving a minimum of 18% tax to GDP ratio within the next 3 years. Without revenue, government cannot provide adequate social services to the people it is entrusted to serve. The committee, in the first instance, is expected to deliver a schedule of quick reforms that can be implemented within 30 days. Critical reform measures should be recommended within 6 months, and full implementation will take place within 1 calendar year, the President directed. Earlier, the Special Advisor to the President on Revenue, Mr. Zaccheaus Adedeji, while recalling the President's sterling track record on revenue transformation, described the committee members drawn from the public and private sectors as accomplished individuals from various sectors. He said, "Mr. President, you have the pedigree when it comes to revenue transformation. You demonstrated this and when you were the governor of Lagos State for over 20 years. Also speaking, Chairman of the committee, Mr. Oyedele, noted that Nigeria's revenue generation is below the African standard, though the nation's collection costs are among the highest. He, however, pledged the total commitment of members of the committee to give their best in the interest of the nation. According to him, many of our existing laws are outdated. Hence, they require comprehensive updates to achieve full harmonization, to address the multiplicity of taxes, and to remove the burden on the poor and vulnerable, while addressing the concerns of all investors, big and small. Our tax administration has improved but remains relatively basic, with instances of unregulated collections by untrained officers, particularly at the local government level, being widespread. Our revenue generation falls below even African standards, yet our collection costs are among the highest. This is due not only to multiple taxes but also numerous collection agencies and fragmented revenue reporting procedures. Public willingness to pay taxes is strained because of a lack of trust in government, both among individuals and businesses, irrespective of size. The burden of tax falls heavily on those who comply, while those who evade often get away with little or no consequences. We need to change this. The process of resolving tax disputes is protracted and costly, with inadequate mechanism for many small businesses and vulnerable individuals to seek fair tax resolution, as professional services are often beyond their means, Mr. Oyedele further stated.